contributor, former South Carolina congressman, and author of the book Doesn't Hurt to Ask, Using the Power of Questions to Communicate, Connect, and Persuade. Hey, Trey, good to see you.
Hey, Angela.
Good morning. I'm doing great. Thank you. So the president was speaking last night and talking about Joe Biden. Why won't he release his names of the Supreme Court nominees? Listen to this.
Now I'm asking Sleepy Joe Biden to give me a list. And he doesn't want to do it. You know why? Because he can only put super radical left judges on people that would destroy your country. People that would destroy your country.
Trey, what do you think? Why won't he release a list?
Well, the president's right. I mean, you make one person happy and lots of people upset, and then you draw scrutiny to that person. Why'd you pick them and not someone else? But, you know, Ansley, we don't necessarily need the list. We know who Joe Biden has opposed in the past. John Roberts, who's the most moderate part of that conservative bloc on the Supreme Court. Biden voted against him. Can you remember the last GOP nominee that Biden liked? It was David Souter. David Souter is one of the most progressive justices we've ever had. So you can just look at who Biden has liked and not liked in the past and have an idea what kind of jurist he'll pick.
All right. So the question is, the Republicans are going to name somebody Saturday at 5 o'clock, the president from the White House. Now, the Republicans said we got 51 people who are going to give it a hearing and cast a vote. If everything goes well, they'll cast for this nominee. The response from the Democrats is off the charts. Get rid of the filibuster, pack the court, make Puerto Rico a state.
Impeachment.
And Joe Biden will not commit to any of this. He's been told, and evidently they're mad at Markey, they're mad at Nadler for even bringing it up, about packing the court. If he's that moderate, it should be an easy answer. In fact, if he remembers what he said, it should be even easier. Here he is in 2019.
I would not get into court packing. We had 3 justices. Next time around, we lose control. They had 3 justices. We began to lose any credibility for the court has at all. And so I would not pack the court.
So that's a pretty logical answer. Why can't he repeat that in 2020?
Well, he may not remember what he said. That's a possibility. The other possibility is he's just beholden to the left. We've had the same number of justices for 150 years. 9 has been just the perfect number for this country for 150 years. If you don't like who the Supreme Court nominees are, then win an election. You should have won in 2016. You know, President Obama, this messianic president that we had for 8 years, his successor lost. So if you want to pick Supreme Court justices, win elections.
Change the rules.
And you've got to control the White House, and you've got to control the Senate, and then you get to do what you want. And the Democrats didn't get that message in 2016, and now they're seeing that that's how it works in that town.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you start messing with the Supreme Court, go to 9. I mean, the next group may want to go to 7. I mean, which 2 are you going to pick that lose their jobs? I mean, the Constitution only says 1, Chief Justice. The rest of us, by statute, we've had 9 for 150 years. Right. You know, Democrats always worry that President Trump is unsettling precedent and he's such a revolutionary figure. Nothing would be more revolutionary than to pack the court. FDR tried it, and he was unsuccessful. 9's been a good number for us for about a century and a half.
It was Obama who said elections have consequences, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he also...
Only when he wins. Only when he wins.
He also tweeted this out. He said, what's at stake is whether or not our democracy endures. And the folks in power are hoping that you will stay home. It's how they win. Don't let them. Your reaction?
Yeah, Angela, that is typical Obama, and it is grandiose, it is self-centric, it is bordering on narcissistic. I mean, here's what he can't get his head around. After 8 years of Barack Obama and a field full of normal Republican candidates, the Republicans nominated Donald Trump and the American people elected him. I mean, that was the answer to Barack Obama's 8 years. We're going to give you Donald Trump. So that's what he can't get his head around. I mean, he can talk. I think we're a Republican, not a democracy, but I won't quarrel over that point. Typically grandiose, self-centered Barack Obama.
Trey, you're a politician as well as a legal scholar, and you have a book on persuasion, so there's a lot of pressure on your back to make a persuasive argument. What is better for Republicans, to put this thing to a vote before November 3rd, or name the person and leave it out there saying, if we win, this is who you got. If we lose, this is who you don't have?
That's a great question coming from a guy that wrote a book on questions. I mean, it makes a little bit of sense, I think, for the president to say, this is my nominee, Joe, give me yours. We'll let the people weigh in November. But the reality is presidents are presidents for 4 years. You don't have a sliding scale of diminished power the closer you get to someone else's inauguration. He can wage war until the day he leaves office. He can sign bills. He can grant clemency. God knows you can investigate your political enemies, because we saw that last time, right up until your last day. Whether they vote before or after the election is less consequential to me than the fact that they vote before the inauguration. This is President Trump's pick, and he's entitled to a vote.
Well, it's not consequential to you because you're not running for re-election in a hotly contested race. But there are a couple of senators on the Republican side. I think that's what Mitch is worried about. But you know that. You're a politician, but now you're in private practice again. All right.
Yes, sir. Recovering.
Indeed. All right. Trey Gowdy joined us from South Carolina. Sir, thank you very much.
And by the way, congratulations on your
Have a good day.
podcast. Your podcast is excellent.
Thank you, Brian.
Are you
I was
done
wondering
with
who listened
politics?
to it. Oh, yes, ma'am.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good enough.
Yes, ma'am.
You're
Unless
not-
you come home and run for governor.
I'll leave that to you. I probably will one day end up back in South Carolina. I love that state.
Right.
Thanks for what you do.
I think the president
We
wanted
love
to put
you,
it.
too.
Yeah, the president wanted to put Ainsley on the Supreme Court. You wanted to run for governor. Nobody's happy with you at this job, Ainsley. What's going on? We're not
South
letting you go.
She's got
Carolina.
bad coworkers. She's got bad coworkers.
No, you're thinking of the Ellen Show. This is a good show. We all get along.
Oh.
All right. Trey Gowdy, thank you very much.